Welcome back to Better. Well, back to school time also means the kids are going back to college, and that means parents have something of an empty nest at home, some of them for the very first time.
Some of them are jumping up and down, happy,
But I think some of them are also a little
sad and anxious. That's
true,
which I would hope my mother would say about me when I left. All of it's very normal, though. So joining us today to talk about this is clinical psychologist Dr. Jeffery Gardere. Good to have you here.
Great to be with you, Belle.
You're smiling. Do you have kids?
I do have kids. I have 4 kids, 2 are away at college, and then I have 2 babies. But I was laughing because dads normally laugh when the kids are leaving. Moms are the ones who tend to get more anxious or depressed because they have that visceral connection with their kids. Dads are, whoopee! I got my life back.
That's right.
And my wife.
My life and my wife. You know what's funny is that when my wife and I talked about having a 3rd child, we have 2, one of the things I said is, I'm not sure I can wait another 5 years to get you back. I feel like you know I want my wife back. So I
trying to get brownie points. No, I'm kidding. But
that's good. That's very romantic.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So then what is the general reaction that you see from parents? Are most of them as a couple excited to see the kids get off and they get a chance to have some time themselves, or are they, you know?
Yeah, I see a combination of all of those things. Of course, there's some excitement there because now you have an extra room that you could turn into a den or whatever you need to do. Get the computers up in there, you know, flat screen TVs, but it's also a time that you can now start to share with one another. And JD, as you talked about, getting your wife back, getting your marriage back, getting your relationship back. But all that being said, there's also the issue of you're very connected to your children, either mother or dad, and now there is that emptiness there. You don't know what to do. And I know for a very long time in my marriage, I used the kids as a buffer. And we all tend to do that. That's a way that we can get a little time away from one another. The buffer is gone. So there are a lot of different issues going on, but that emptiness really is felt.
Okay, so you're the doctor. We got you here in the house right now. How do people cope with those feelings that they have? How do you start to sort it all out and figure it out and make things good at home?
Well, I think the very first thing that you have to do is to acknowledge that you are feeling that empty nest syndrome. You have to acknowledge that you really do miss the kids. Instead of internalizing it or just trying to keep that stiff upper lip, it's important that the two of you share. And you're doing something that's important. You're reconnecting again by talking about what's happening with the kids being gone and the loneliness that you're feeling. And I think as part of that, it has to be about a positive mental attitude. Really looking at, okay, yeah, we're going to help the kids transition to college, but what do we need to do for ourselves? How do we deal with that emptiness? How do we keep it very, very positive? And just as you said, maybe taking a vacation, going out on dates, going dancing, making love at all times of the day because the kids aren't there. Yeah, you know, and those are the things that have been missing for a long time.
But it's the truth. It is the truth. Yeah.
For a lot of parents, I think a lot of parents have trouble letting go, and the kids go off to college, but they don't let go. They're calling and they're on the phone and they're sending the care packages. And what's the right balance there of supporting your kids but also giving them the freedom to be adults?
Well, that's a great point. We tend to still be helicopter parents, and even after they go off to school, we're really starting to make them crazy by calling and so on. I think that you talk to your kids and ask them, you know, how much contact do you want to have with us? Is it acceptable for us to Skype you on the weekends, but certainly not every day? And then I think as you do this on a day-to-day basis where you discuss what is working as far as the flow in communicating with your kids, then you start setting pretty much a schedule that works. And then you understand that you have to allow them to transition, you have to allow them to move on, and don't internalize all of their issues and making it your own. So really it is checking with your kids, and they'll let you know. As soon as they say, Mom, Dad, again, or they rush you off.
Let you know by letting that call go to voicemail.
That's right.
Again,
you got it. You got it.
The helicopter parent. I like that phrase. That's very good. Thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure to be with both of you.